Hey guys, welcome to another episode of What's Going On with Real Estate. Hi Igor, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing well. And as you guys know from previous videos, Igor is in Bellevue, which is also called the East Side of Seattle. So Igor, let's start out there. Describe to people that don't know what is the East Side reference, and tell us what's going on with real estate in the East Side of Seattle.
John, pretty simple. So there is Lake Washington. If you would just Google Lake Washington, and you'll see whatever is to the west, that's Seattle, right? And whatever is to the east of Lake Washington, that's East Side. And Lake Washington is pretty big. I actually don't know how many miles that is, but whatever is next to it, like north, you have Bothell, Kirkland, then you have Bellevue, you have Newcastle, and like North Renton, all of in Issaquah. So whatever is east of that, you would call it East Side.
Okay, and is the East Side kind of significantly different in some manner other than the Seattle area, which is on the west side?
It is, the funny part is that whoever lives on the east side, they're like, screw Seattle. You're like, why would I ever go to Seattle? And the folks that live in Seattle, they're like, screw east side. And I lived in Seattle and I live on the east side now, and it's actually true. They will say that it's not true, but it is very much true.
Guys, I can tell, I live north of them, so I don't have a bias either way. I love Seattle and the East Side, but I can tell you they each have their little air. There's no doubt about it.
That's Yeah, they're a little bit different. Seattle is more like Seattle, a little more hip, a little bit, I would say, more young, maybe even a little bit more tech. It's that more vibrant city feel. And the East Side, I I hate saying this, but I think maybe a little bit more family oriented. It's a little bit quieter place,
Okay,
a
that's
little bit
true.
cleaner.
I think you're
So
probably right. Yeah, Seattle's more the big city, and the East Side is a little more family oriented. Is a good way to put it, but no less expensive. I don't think so. Let's go there, Igor. What's going on with real estate over on the East Side?
Good question. I was just reading like the new Gardner's report. We have chief economist for our company, Matthew Gardner. Once a year, he puts presentation for builders, developers, 140 slides of data when your brain is melting. But this one is every quarter he gives a quarter report. And long story short, to summarize, so if we look at the East Side and Seattle in general, it's kind of flatter. So whatever we had last year, this is where we stand today. It doesn't go down really. It doesn't go up really. It just of that median price for well, depend on the city on the east side. If we talk Bellevue, around 800,000, and that's kind of the case. Amount of days on the average to sell the property ranges from 24 to 30 days, and there is 1.5 months of inventory. So that criteria of what is 1.5 months of inventory. If there is no new inventory coming in the market, it will take 1.5 months to sell whatever is on the market. So whatever is under 3 months, still very much seller's market. So we are in the seller's market, but it's not as crazy and aggressive as it was a year ago, which is amazing in my opinion. But at the same time, it feels like we kind of reach the peak on the price, because it's really how much more. 800,000 is expensive. So I don't see prices climbing too much higher from there, but I also don't see that then be, dropping pretty much.
Okay,
So
so
that's kind of where the
leveling
east side
off.
is.
Okay, got it. So leveling off for a while, which means that you see them increasing in the distant future again, going back up, or what's your
Well,
prediction?
let me correct myself. So that's actually particular. I'm talking about Bellevue. So the east side, as I said, includes quite a few more cities. If you go north of Bellevue, there is Kirkland. North of Kirkland, there are a few different neighborhoods. The area called Totem Lake and Juanita and Finn Hill. Let's say 12 minutes north of downtown Bellevue. That area is actually very, very busy right now. So they're building brand new mall. They're just built brand new hospital in Totem Lake, and there is brand new Whole Foods. And the rule of thumb is when you see a Whole Foods, it's going to be busy. That it will be appreciation in that area. And homes in that area are right now around 600,000, and I see them gaining some equity coming up towards the Bothell area. Like all of those are changing because, to summarize, Bellevue got so expensive that not just people move out of Bellevue to buy something close to Bellevue, but medium-sized companies are moving to, Snohomish County, they're moving to Bothell. Companies that have 200 employees, they cannot compete with Amazon in downtown Bellevue anymore. So they're moving north and they're attractive that talent. So I would say northeast side, I would see still gaining some steam and still gaining some appreciation. If you take just Bellevue, it kind of, it's pricey already.
Got it. All right. So what I hear you telling us, Igor, is it's basically a seller's market still overall. Prices are going up around the outskirts of Bellevue when you get further out, and prices are a little lower, and they have some room to go up. And then let's throw in the impact, guys, of rates in there. Rates are great right now. I mean, they've come down a fairly significant amount in the last couple of weeks. So probably not a bad time to buy either. Right, Igor?
Well, I would say on this one, it's so interesting of what's going on in the economy. And if you will ask me, Igor, like, do you think that prices will go down and I should buy next year? I would not disagree with that. I would say you might be right. And if you will tell me, but do you think that interest rates are really fantastic right now and market will go up and I should buy now? I would not disagree with that neither. And not just because I'm in sales, but I really, from interest rate standpoint, I would say it's fantastic time. Whoever bought last year is refinancing right now, and you should definitely like that interest rate. Like, it's really good. Around 3.8 now, right?
Oh, yeah, fabulous rates.
But I would say market is good, and there is a lot of development still going on, and weird at the same time. Because, when Fed strive to save the economy, they lower interest rate. So whatever you believe in, do it. That's my opinion. But I do believe that market is pretty good, actually, on the east side specifically. It's hard to swallow all of the growth that we have and say it will crash, but who knows? I would still go, that's the moral of the story. If you can find the place that you like, forget about the market. If you love the place, if you can afford it and you really, really like, schools are good, whatever your criteria is, do it. Don't overthink it. And interest rates are very, very good. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, so summarizing, I agree 100%, Igor. The crystal ball approach is very difficult. You don't know for sure if they're going to go up or down. But when you're paying $2,500 to $3,000 a month rent, where you're at, which is probably not too far off from the median down in that neck of the woods, and you spend that for another year, and there's $30,000 out the door or whatever it is, kind of thing, and you could have bought when rates were low. If the time is right for you, then buy. Now's the time to buy.
I absolutely agree with that. That's you couldn't say it better than that.
So Igor, if somebody does want to buy, or let's say they do want to sell and they want to get a hold of you, what's the best way for them to do that?
It's very easy. Just Google my name or send me a text, 206-643-9768. Any questions, always here to provide value.
Yeah, and for those of you that can't spell Igor's name, don't worry, there'll be something on the screen to help you out with that.
That would be very helpful.
Igor, thanks again for your time. As always, it's been great. Appreciate it.
There you go, John. Thanks for having me. I'm enjoying this, and yes.
Let's end it at that. Yes.